What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorean here with today, brand new video. Today what I want to do is talk about the official trailer we got for the new Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, I will be perfectly honest, going into this video, I do not know all the background lore or much about the Resident Evil series, but I will be perfectly honest, when I did start seeing promotional material and images and stuff going out for this movie, it did really catch my eye, and not in the best way possible. I will be perfectly honest, when I saw the first ever images released for this, Resident Evil movie, I did think they looked like goofy as shit and everything, like really bad cosplay. Like, it looked really bad in my opinion. Like, the images were really goofy looking and everything. Like, it looked like really bad cosplay. But then this trailer dropped and holy shit. It looks really fucking good, and it definitely has my attention, definitely, grabbed my eyes and my attention right away. So I guess I want to talk about the things that, interested me in this trailer and everything, and maybe some Easter eggs in the trailer that may link to the, Resident Evil games or what I do know about the Resident Evil games. So without further ado, let's go over what I personally liked about this trailer and everything, and maybe some Easter eggs, and talk about the casting and just stuff like that. And, just basically talk about the movie. So let's dive right into the trailer. So I will be perfectly honest, I really do like the casting in this movie. I like it actually a lot, mainly because the two main characters, or the people that seem like they're gonna be two main characters in the movie, are two actors that I do know very well and everything. I do really like their work and find them to be good actors that are entertaining to watch. The actor who's playing Chris Redfield is someone that I've seen a lot of his work and everything. I've seen him in tons of other movies and everything. I know he's someone who's entertaining to watch, and I feel he'll give a really good performance, or at least an entertaining, watchable performance for Chris Redfield. I've seen a lot of people complain that he's doesn't look exactly like the character, which I guess is warranted for people who are really hardcore fans of the series. Like I said, I don't know much about Resident Evil and everything. I do like the games and everything. Keep in mind, I like Resident Evil 4, 7, 8, and everything. I know those aren't the key games in this series, unless Resident Evil 4 is a key game in this series and everything. But so I guess it's warranted that fans aren't incredibly happy that Chris Redfield and a bunch of other characters don't look exactly like they do in the games and everything, which for someone like me and everything who doesn't know much, I guess it's kind of I don't care, which I guess is kind of a bit I guess I should care and everything. But like I said, the casting is pretty good. The woman who is going to be playing the actress who's going to be playing Claire, I did see her I think a few months ago in a show called Skins, which was a really fucking bizarre show based in the UK, but she did give pretty good performances and everything in that show, and she was a pretty funny, or could be a really serious character. So you do have faith she'll give a good performance for Claire and everything, which like I said, I don't really know much about Resident Evil, so Claire, I don't really know much about Claire, so it's more so for Resident, hardcore, die-hard Resident Evil fans to really judge. But like I said, the casting and everything, and the characters seem to be they're gonna be really good in this movie. The story obviously seems like it's gonna be following the whole situation that happened in Raccoon City in the Resident Evil games. I think, like I said, don't know too much about that, but it did look interesting enough to really grab my attention or anything and make me go, okay, I definitely want to watch this. I wanted to get into a point that really stuck out to me in this trailer, and this could be seen as a good or a bad thing, but the zombie infected monster designs in this trailer, I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of the monster, zombie, and infected in this trailer and everything look really good and truly scary and horrifying, and something you would see in a Resident Evil game. And like I said, I don't know much about the Resident Evil games and everything in the backgrounds in the older games, but maybe even some of these monsters are from the Resident Evil games or the early Resident Evil games, which would be really cool for fans. But a lot of the designs of the monsters and everything looked really good and cool and everything. There's this one that looked all mixed up and fucked up and everything and slimy, and then there was this other monster or zombie or whatever, I'm not sure 100% what to call them, near the end of the trailer and everything, that looked like a Demogorgon or whatever from Stranger Things, which looked really fucking cool. I can't wait to see this monster, zombie, or infected on screen and everything, because it does look really cool. But then there was these monster designs that looked really not bad, but they really looked straight out of a video game and not realistic, or they look like a video game. They look like CGI and everything, less than the dog, for example. It looks straight out of a video game and everything, and not like it should be put in the real world. I would have liked it a lot better if they could have gotten an actual dog and everything, and maybe did some like, you know, special effects to it and everything, and made it look rabid and like, you know, infected and zombified and everything, because the dog kind of looks a bit cartoonish in my opinion. The same could be said about this other gigantic monster that was seen like, you know, tearing through the roof of a building or going through a building and everything, and it just looked really cartoonish and everything. And what's really weird is that's not what all the other monsters and everything look like. Some of the monsters, like I said, look really good and like they belong in the world and like they look really realistic. Then some just look really cartoonish and bad, and you can tell they're CGI and everything, especially like I said, the dog and that other monster. But overall, I would say a majority of the monster, zombie, and infected designs and how they look in this, like, you know, film look really good so far, and I'm really excited to see, like, you know, them in the film. And this trailer was edited really well and everything, at least in my opinion. I thought it was, like, you know, really fun, like, especially the song that they put in the background, which I can't play for obviously copyright reasons, but it's a really good, like, you know, song and everything for this trailer. I do the same, maybe robs it a little bit of, like, you know, seriousness and, like, you know, being horror, since it is a very uplifting and funny song and everything. But I guess it adds to the trailer a little bit and everything. It makes it even more entertaining. And I want to go over some Easter eggs that maybe some Resident Evil fans might notice and everything from, like, you know, the video games. Now, in one part of the trailer, there is, I think, one of the infected or somebody that writes on, like, you know, this window in blood. They end up writing the phrase itchy tasty and, like, you know, blood on this one window. And now I did have to look this up and everything, since, like I said, I don't know all the Resident Evil lore and everything. But apparently this phrase was used in the Keeper's Diary, which is a file, like, you know, in the Umbrella, like, you know, Academy or Umbrella thing, which is involved in Resident Evil games as, like, you know, animals being prepped for, like, you know, experimentation or anything, which might be linked to the dogs. And this file was used in the games like Resident Evil 5 and in DLC Lost Nightmares. And like I said, I might not know what I'm completely talking about. Make sure to let me know down in the comments if I did get something wrong, like, you know, when this phrase was used and everything. I do know this phrase, like, based on the research that I did, that this phrase was used in a Resident Evil game and everything, which is very interesting, like I said, for fans of the video games. But basically, that was really all I had to say about this trailer and everything, going into, like, you know, Easter eggs to the games and everything, the casting, the monster, infected, and zombie, like, you know, designs and everything, the music. And overall, this trailer was very entertaining in my opinion. It's definitely something that got me excited to actually want to see it, because like I said, the first images that they released for this movie looked stupid as hell, like dumb cosplay. But now that I see them all in live action or anything and actually doing things in the movie, I can safely say this movie definitely has my movie ticket, or my, you know, definitely has my view and everything. I definitely will be seeing this movie.
Shut up and take my money!
Because the story looks pretty interesting and everything. Like I said, it'll most likely follow, like, you know, the Raccoon City, like, you know, Resident Evil video game. And there are some really entertaining and fun moments in this trailer and everything that I did really like and everything. Like I said, the casting looks really good. Like, you know, a ton of cast members that I've seen in previous, like, you know, movies and everything that do look really good and are, like, you know, very entertaining actors and actresses that I can't wait to see, like, you know, in this movie. Like I said, the monster, zombie, and infected design looks really good for some, maybe not so much for others. And the music was really good and everything in this trailer. And make sure to comment down below if I missed any other Easter eggs or, like, you know, things that, like, you know, are seen in the Resident Evil, like, you know, movie and everything in this trailer that are in the Resident Evil games. Because I'm pretty sure there are a ton that, like, you know, are in this trailer that I just didn't spot because I don't know too much about the Resident Evil games. And like I said, overall, this trailer was pretty good and everything. I do highly recommend going and checking it out and everything. I will make sure to link it down below in the description so you guys go all take a look at it, because it is a really good trailer and everything, and I definitely want to see the movie. And also, this is probably really good for Resident Evil fans, since obviously Resident Evil hasn't had a good reputation in the past with, like, you know, movie or game to movie adaptation, like, you know, spin-offs or whatever, or films made about the games and everything. A lot of them just weren't that great. So I'm pretty sure a lot of Resident Evil fans are possibly excited for this, since have seen some, like, you know, negative feedback from some, like, you know, Resident Evil fans about, like I said, like, you know, casting, how the actors do not look like, you know, the in-game characters, and also how it looks like a straight to DVD or, like, you know, a TV movie and everything, which I do kind of see that and everything a little bit. But overall, like I said, this trailer did make the movie look really entertaining and everything, and that was the trailer for, like, you know, the Resident Evil movie Welcome to Raccoon City. Like I said, make sure to comment down below if you guys did notice any Easter eggs or things from the video games and everything in the trailer, because like I said, there's probably tons of things that I did miss. And like I said, make sure to go check out the trailer because it was a really cool trailer and everything. And make sure to comment down below what you guys like from the trailer the most and everything. Was the monster design, the music, the casting? Were there any cool moments that you guys liked in the trailer? And yeah, that was all for me and everything today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you do want me to cover more stuff about this, like, you know, new Resident Evil movie Welcome to Raccoon City, because I definitely do want to review this movie and everything. If we do get any more trailers, go over those, like, you know, next trailers and everything. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, like, you know, videos like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. later, my amigos, and peace out.